yes, their friend may also be queer, but that isn't necessarily a reflection of them copying them, but just that they're operating on a similar queer wavelength, aka rainbow. Hello lovely humans, welcome to the space on the internet. A while ago now, I asked you all how you came out, your coming out stories. With this information, I made a video including many of your guys' asexual and aromantic or aspec coming out stories, seeing as the majority of our audience is in fact aspec. And now I'm back with the same round of coming out stories, I suppose, and I'm here to share and I suppose react to your not necessarily asexual or aromantic coming out stories, just your coming out stories, your queer coming outs, your LGBTQIA plus coming outs. Yes. So without further ado, let's get into it. Adding to the theory that queer people tend to group together, I've come out as agender to 3 people, 2 of whom have come out to me as trans or non-binary in the following conversation, and the third I already knew to be bi. I'm currently in the process of coming out to my close friends about my gender, but I'm a little bit scared my transphobic parents might find out. Hello, lovely human person, queer being. Yes, queer people totally group together, and I mean, it seems kind of intuitive, like, of course they would. Flap hand break, here we are. Yes, okay. Yes, queer people group together so hard. I feel like I remember seeing a meme that was like, yeah, the group that was like initially one person came out as queer in some capacity, just wait 5 years and they will all be queer. Or have realized they were queer, anyways. Because we tend to group together, which I think is really cool because I think we have a lot of the same experiences and a similarly different outlook on life to cisgender, heterosexual, you know, the cishets out there. And what I think is extra cool about this is because, like, the whole idea of the queer community is its diversity and the fact that we come together and form this, like a mix of diversity. Whew, we're gonna get through this video. My brain is everywhere. Anyways, that's so cool that you found some people who are also queer. That is amazing. As far as transphobic parents, those suck. I'm sorry that your parents are transphobic. That is the worst. I wish that they were not. I hope that you have a good grasp of who your trustworthy friends are, so as to not have the information about your gender identity leaked to your parents, because I want you to be safe, and I just hope that all goes very, very well for you. Thank you for sharing your story. Next coming out story. When I came out to my mom as bi, she told me she already knew. When I told her I was ace, she almost started crying and told me she was so happy I trusted her enough to tell her, and that all she had ever wanted was for me to be exactly who I was. So cute. It is so cute. I'm not sure if this person, like, originally came out bi and then found that asexual was, like, a better descriptor of themselves, or if they're both, like, bisexual and asexual, or, like, biromantic asexual. Obviously, I can't exactly extrapolate entirely, but I think the, like, bi-ace, like, the bi-ace, what is this word? The bi-ace relationship, or, like, solidarity. That's the word, solidarity. Bi-ace solidarity. Because a lot of people who initially end up thinking that they're bi because they don't have a gender preference end up figuring out that asexual is perhaps a better descriptor because their lack of preference was just a lack of attraction in the first place. So I think, like, despite being supposed opposites, bisexual and asexual people really unite. They unite. I don't know, they just unite. And I'm so happy that your mom was accepting, and I'm so happy that this was a seemingly seemingly fantastic coming out experience. I first came out to my 2 best friends in our group chat. I don't remember what exactly we were talking about, but it must have had something to do with teen pregnancies because I said, I won't get pregnant, I'm asexual. Both of them followed this up by coming out as bi and gay, so that was fun. Then I came out to a group of people, among those my brother and 2 cousins. I am meeting regularly to talk about stuff and play games. I was very nervous beforehand, but they were super accepting, and one of them came out as ace back to me. I also came out to my mom just when I told her that I'm probably autistic. She didn't react negatively, but also not positively, and I'm not sure if she fully understands the whole thing. Since my friend group is pretty queer and very queer accepting, I can be super open about me also being aromantic and non-binary, which I figured out later. I'm really lucky I have these amazing people in my life. Very nice, like, narrative there. That was, like, a very nice narrative of your coming out story. So thank you for sharing it with me and the space on the internet that I hope you find safe for your story. Again, this person seems to have found a little queer group, because we literally, like, think chemistry, or like, we're like bonding. We're bonding. The queers, they bond. And that's super cool that your assumed friend, just like Uno reversed, came out as asexual to you. That's super fun. I've heard that happen with a few people. And I am very happy that you have found an environment within which you can be accepted for exactly who you are, which is amazing and beautiful and lovely, and I just, like, want to send rainbows shooting in every direction at all of you out there. Just rainbows. You know? I realized that I'm bisexual in October 2020. I told my kids, 1 and 3, kid 2 is unreachable. This person later clarifies that their kids are young adults. They were like, yeah, and we laughed. They were not surprised. Then I called and texted a few of my friends. Nobody cared, but in a good way. Then I posted it on Facebook and recorded a video for my channel, because I'm always telling others to live authentically as long as it's safe to do so I had to practice what I preach. Whoever is reading this, just remember that you're valid whichever side of the closet door you're on. And then I love your little mosaic of hearts. They left like a mosaic of rainbow hearts in their comment. And as a visual person, like, this just communicates the rainbow love even more. So, good addition. Do approve. I'm guessing that this person is offering us an older perspective on coming out, which I super value because diversity. And I think because of the information we have and how accessible it is and how adept many young people are at finding it and locating their identity within the information they can find, we're a pretty young demographic in a lot of scenarios. But of course, the queers have always existed, and this person, I don't know, I just think this is a super cool, like, generational perspective, so thank you. Also coming out via Facebook and internet, super cool, super cool. Good for you. Live authentically. That's a message to all of you out there. When I came out to my mom, I was like 10. I told my mom I was bisexual. She asked how I thought I knew, and I said one word. Enter friend's name. Because at that time I was in love with my best friend. But she took it as I was copying that friend. Also, I'm still friends with that friend, and it has a girlfriend, and I'm having a relationship crisis. So, I came out to my dad 3 days ago over text, and he said, and I quote, "That's okay, kiddo. Still love you, kiddo. As much as always. Don't you worry about that." So yeah, he knows. And probably my dad's entire side knows, and they're heavily Mormons. That's gonna be fun to deal with. Religion. I'm not going to comment on religion, but the ways in which it intersects with queer people provide us with an interesting array of both positive and extremely negative situations, particularly as it relates to coming out and being accepted as however you come out as. So I hope that this goes well for you, and that you are receiving only the best of love in the best of love. I'm sorry, my brain is... I don't know what it is. Well, my brain's fine. It's just like the way my brain is connecting to my mouth right now is like super, like, it's like a really knotted, like, yarn that's been stuck in a drawer for a while or something. Anyways, I think this is interesting because, especially if you come out young, it might often be assumed that you're just copying your friends, and this is a big reason why it took me a long time to realize and, like, accept that I was aroace and queer in general, because I feared that I was just copying my already out friends, subconsciously even, just like as a, like, social copying phenomenon, but I wasn't. And I think, especially with queer identities, it's probably a lot less common than it may seem, because yes, we tend to come out as like a domino effect, like one person in your friend group comes out and then we all come out in a sequence thereafter. But this again circles back to the fact that we tend to bond. We naturally group together as queer people. So I think if this is your first thought, if your kid comes out, like, they're probably just copying their friend, and even if that's like a totally okay thing for you and you're okay with that side of discovery, which I think we all should be, thinking that yes, their friend may also be queer, but that isn't necessarily a reflection of them copying them, but just that they're operating on a similar queer wavelength, aka rainbow. Anyways, thank you for sharing your coming out story. Last coming out story for this video. I came out with a cookie. It basically just said, I'm gay. I'm homo-romantic, but try fitting that on a cookie. And I left it on the counter to get noticed by a parent. Absolute peak coming out moment. Best. I love it. Try fitting homo-romantic on a cookie. I think we should all just make I'm gay cookies. That sounds like so much fun. I should make I'm gay cookies. But yes, you've got style. And also, was it just like a singular cookie? Or did you make like a whole like batch, just like put the rest away and then put I'm gay on one of them? Because if you had a bunch, you probably could have done like I'm homo-romantic across like a bunch of them, but I don't know. I don't know how your cookie coming out went exactly, but I hope it went over well. Thank you for sharing your epic coming out ways. So that is all of the coming out stories for this video. Put your thoughts in the comments. Please comment, because we're going through like a major slump right now on our YouTube channel. We're getting so many less views. My brain is moving so fast. Maybe my coffee wore off. Anyways, bye lovely humans. We'll see you next time on the space in the internet. I love you so much. Bye.